Teachers Making a Difference is a vision group initiative to search, find, document and reward outstanding teachers all over the country. This initiative started in 2008 and is still on in 2017.
Vision Group, we are very proud to recognize teachers by running a series of articles and getting nominations for Teachers Making a Difference. Because we think that as a media house, when you recognize people who do such a wonderful job, who carry out a noble cause, the rest of the world and indeed in Uganda, people get to see the work that sometimes would have been, or that in most cases would have been ignored. So, which is why we invest time and some resources to bring out the work of teachers, not just celebrate them, but also to inspire others and to generate a respect for the work that teachers do.
Over the years, the Teachers Making a Difference project has built partnerships between the Irish Embassy, Care and the Vision Group. In 2017, Simba Travel Care joined this partnership. The idea of rewarding teachers resonates with many since they can relate with the teaching profession at a personal level.
Muyingo is a teacher, the wife is a teacher, the firstborn is teaching. My best friends are teachers. It's therefore a great pleasure for me and an honor to be part of this great function.
I come from a family of teachers. My grandfather was a secondary school teacher all his life. My father was the headmaster of a vocational school, and my eldest brother followed in the family tradition and became a teacher also. Between the three generations, they served for over 130 years in total as teachers.
As a Vision Group, this is very special to us. It is part of our corporate citizenship. We take it very seriously that as Uganda's by far the biggest media house, we take it as our responsibility, one of them being Ugandans making a difference. We take them very seriously.
Development journalism is very expensive. It's not journalism that makes page one. So though it is important, it catapults development, it is difficult to invest in it consistently. So from 2013, we rejuvenated the project again, and we were consistent, but still skipped 2015 because we couldn't find the funds. That's why we are so grateful to the Irish Embassy, to Simba Travel Care, and to Care for making it possible this time round.
Uganda is rated second worst in the world in terms of kind of simple math. So 75% of children at P3 level were not able to subtract 17 from 46. And 60% of children at P2 were not able to read a single word. So the challenges are out there, and I know that the teachers themselves around Uganda have lots of challenges, whether we talk about inadequate facilities or the pupil-teacher ratios or the accommodation for teachers that needs improvement. But I think the teachers we have here are the examples, are the role models for other teachers. They are showing the way how it should be done.
Finding the winners was not an easy task. The first step was to get the public to vote for the person they think is a good teacher and why.
Over the years, we've been able to recognize over 50 teachers, but we've also been able to tell very many stories of the different teachers who don't necessarily win awards, but who are candles and stars in their regions. This year, we received over 600 nominations, actually 620. This is up from 100, the 100 we received last year. So it shows the interest, the immense interest in just 1 year. We were able to profile 22 stories in the new vision. I think we can do better, and I pledge we shall do better. Obviously, with partners like the Irish Embassy, I'm sure I'll be reporting over 100 profiles next year.
The Vision Group used their wide network of journalists from the regional and local publications to follow up on nominated individuals, research on them, write and publish their stories.
Our intention was to really look at pre-primary, primary, secondary, and vocational institutions. And it had to be with both government and privately owned schools. We went for individuals that were doing extraordinary things.
22 stories were written profiling outstanding teachers. Many headlines were truly inspirational, proof that there is hope in the education sector. For the judges, this was a really tough decision to make. Nevertheless, it helped to have a selection criteria to look out for.
When we talk of all-round teacher, we are referring to that unique teacher who is very innovative, whose ability to use limited resources is quite high, one who works with the community to bring change in the education system, and one who makes contributions to encourage the community to make contribution in changing what children learn, one who involves children in co-curricular activities, and one who is very good at imparting knowledge and skills to the children.
I think the greatest lesson is that there is a lot of talent out there that just needs a little bit of stimulating to be tapped into. The campaign demonstrated that actually teachers are full of innovation. While they face lots of challenges, but they are teachers who have not sat back and resigned to fate.
2017 has specifically been a good year for teachers. Besides the fact that the public participated more, the prizes were bigger and better than ever before.
Each of the 12 winners today shall receive 1.5 million shillings. Last year, each of the winners received 1 million shillings. And when we started this competition in 2008, each of the winners received 100,000 shillings. So we are improving, we are getting better every year.
The Embassy is delighted that the 5 winners and the journalist will have the opportunity to visit Ireland in order to learn from and share learning with Irish teachers and educators. I know that the context in Ireland and Uganda, in particularly the availability of resources, is very different. But I also know that teachers across the globe have much that unites them. Most of all, a commitment to equipping well the next generation with knowledge, skills, confidence, and hope for the future.
Well done to the Vision Group for seeing this thing about the role models, so the teachers, the farmers, other things. I read about those in the Vision regularly. I think it's a great initiative in terms of to show things. We have an approach to do with case studies. It's a similar kind of thing. You show how things are rather than just talk about them.
In many other fields, but particularly in education in this country, for which we are grateful. Your Excellency, the Ambassador, thank you for not just participating in this, but taking your time and a number of your staff coming to be with us today. Please extend our thanks, not just to the Embassy, but to the Irish people. Thank you very much. Our other partners, Trocare and Simba Travel Care, thank you very much. We are grateful that you made it. Congratulations for all those things, some of which our judges and our reporters saw, and those very many more things that we were not able to see. You know them. People who nominated you saw that difference, and they wanted this to go out to more people so that we influence more people than those that are within your circles. One of my favorite quotes from Archbishop Desmond Tutu. He says, "Do your little bit of good where you are. It is those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world." For me, that's very important. Sometimes you think what you've done is very small. No. Those little bits of good, wherever you are, in whatever field, when you put all these together, you overwhelm the world, and we all live in a better place.
Out of the 12 teachers we got took home 1.5 million Uganda shillings. The 5 who will be traveling to the Ireland include
Angoda Emmanuel is an outstanding ICT teacher at Lira Town College, Lira District. His passion for ICT has turned his school into an ICT powerhouse in the region.
Run programs that help students actually build on their knowledge of ICT. And that is why we find that besides teaching Word, Excel, Access, for them to pass exams, we also have the robotics club to help them implement some of the principles that we talk about in class. And also we have social media. We manage social media accounts of the school to inform the public and interact with them. We also do computerized report cards. That helps especially in processing records. For the community, we implement what we call ICT for community training during the holidays, so that they come and then we share our resources, and then it will be a win-win situation for us.
In this era where almost all work is done on computers, Angoda is taking his teaching beyond the classroom, and through technology his students can now access any information they want from anywhere in the world for their studies, making the dream of distance learning a reality. Angoda introduced the Robotics Club and the Science and Technology Innovation Clubs at school, which have designed a career path for most of his students. He also organizes technology competitions for the students in his community. This advancement in technology at the school attracts students to science subjects, thus creating more innovators in the area.
Union Money was an application that students developed to translate the normal union money, mobile money that we use into our local language. These projects come, but they stop at prototype level. So I wanted to find a way of scaling them up and actually putting them to market. In May, we were national champions in Asia, and they developed a project called Walk Track. It was a combination of robotics and then mobile app programming, something that had never been imagined in Uganda. But little boys of around 15, 16, 17, 18 years managed to program. And to me, when we won that award, it gave me a lot of satisfaction that yes, we can actually excel nationally if we only focus and build the skills of these young students.
Akwi Mary Goretti, the deputy head teacher of Nachivale Secondary School in Isinjiro district, set up a banana plantation and poultry project to support those who could not afford school fees. As the school is located in a refugee settlement, her aim was to enable needy and refugee children to stay in school. With permission from the school administration, a 1.5 hectare piece of land was offered to her in 2012, and she opened up a school farm with donations of banana suckers from the community.
Through the yields converted monetary, it's used to support them in giving them scholastic materials. Any activity within the school that requires a monetary term, we convert the yields into finances and were able to clear their expenses. For example, the members of Senior 4, when it came to mock's time, mock charged a cost. We are able to pay for them the mock fees, and they did their exams.
All these projects are run by One Heart, One Youth, an innovation students group that she helps to start. Through collaborations with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and Windle Trust Uganda, Akwi also initiated a campaign dubbed Go Back to School, which mobilizes the communities in Isinjiro district and Nachivale settlement to take their children to school. She did this through music, dance and drama.
We want civilized communities. We don't want illiteracy no more.
We engage the refugee welfare counselors, the chairpersons in communities. We invite them in meetings. That has made parents outside there to bring children into school. That is 1,232 are in school. Then the 406 are nationals.
It is no surprise that the head teacher, Lugemwa Huzairu Ali, was at the forefront of nominating Akwi Mary Goretti for Teachers Making a Difference as an icon to Nachivale SS and a pillar in helping the community as a mother, teacher and professional.
As I was reading I always buy newspapers, the Gazette for New Vision. I read that article that they are searching for an exceptional teacher. I read through whatever they needed, and it was part of Goretti. She's the person who normally encourages girl child education with the challenges of refugee education, especially females. She initiated the idea of opening up the dormitory, which I found, and I found it when it is accommodating female students. Majority were refugees. She began with this school at its low profile, when it had 196 learners or 197. Now we have moved together. The school has enrolled over 1,638, and I put all contribution to her. She is meant to be my teacher.
The school started with only 2 classroom blocks, and in total the structures were 5. But today we have 20 structures. Previously we operated without a license, but as the school enrollment grew, seeing the love of the community for Nakivale, we registered the school. The school is licensed, registered with the Ministry of Education, and then we have a center for both O and A level.
In many schools in Uganda, sports always comes after academics. This, however, isn't the case with Victoria Junior School in Namutamba district, a school founded by Prosi Muyinda. Muyinda is a shining example of what a teacher with transformative ideas can do. She has put her school in the limelight through sports such as netball and football and through music, dance and drama.
There was a gap in Namutumba. The schools which were there also focusing on academic. For us, we believe that a normal person, when you sit in class from 8 to 4, the brain is already tired. So we encourage these students to go for extracurricular activities so that they can refresh their minds. And we are looking at a whole child, developing a child holistically in all aspects. We also do art and technology. And even we encourage our children to grow crops. Like we have school gardens around. We encourage them to plant fruits. Which fruits? We teach them to respect those fruits until they are ready. Then we supply them. The children eat the fruits and the vegetables they grow.
Muyinda has been at the forefront of championing girls' education in Namutumba. She lobbied for scholarships through the Peace for Paul Foundation in academics, netball, drama and music. Nakisita Maria, a talented pupil at Victoria Junior School, testifies.
It has helped me to get free education, and it has developed my talents like talent of singing and talent of dancing. And it has helped me to gain confidence.
Since 2004 up to date, we have children in Division 1 and 2. Then the best performers, you get some scoring 4 aggregates, 5 aggregates, and they appear in the newspapers. I've also encouraged the community to bring the children to this school. Like when you look at the Mtumba community, we have over 400 coming from within Namutumba. Then other communities, like outside Namutumba, those children who are in boarding, they are over 20.
Muyinda believes that the excellence in sport provides a conducive environment in which pupils can achieve their full potential while also developing their talents and competencies to prepare them for a rapidly changing world.
And also get interested in the learning and even in the school. Because if you overforce them, sometimes children drop out. Because not every child is focused on the academic. There are those ones who are talented in games, others are talented in music. So that's why we encourage extracurricular activities. We have excelled up national level, and we even came back with a national shield.
Kananura Martin is the head teacher of Mbarara Municipal Primary School. He has worked so hard to make his UPE school beat all the private schools in the area in academic performance. He joined the school 14 years ago and has since increased the enrollment and improved performance. Kananura agreed with parents to contribute some money to supplement the capitation grant, and there is proper accountability for the money, which helps the development of the school.
For the last 10 years, we have been having over 3,500 pupils. And the biggest number in this school is of girls. You know, the girl child education. Surprisingly, this school has always been with girls beating the boys for all the time we have spent here. So, girl child education is being encouraged, and I feel that is a very, very big achievement. Employment. We now have 200 staff members. So giving a salary to 200 teachers, both teaching and non-teaching staff, is also a very big achievement. Staff quarters, they are also behind there. It is a storage flat, and all this has been done by our parents.
He encouraged his teachers to form a circle where they pool money to use in case they get financial problems.
He has made a difference. I, for one, am a parent, and I've been paying school fees for my children up to university level by the help of that staff development project. And because it is there, we are satisfied, and we work for that satisfaction. Of course, when you are financially okay, you are happy, and when you are happy, you work for the best. That's why our results are always the best. I would say the staff is very well motivated.
The school has improved in sports and has represented Western Uganda at various tournaments. It has also competed favorably in music, dance and drama at the national level.
For example, we have a day put aside for sports, and pupils compete at class level. Nursery pupils, P7, P6, but that is a day every time. Another one is scouting. We even represented this country in East African Scouts competition in Tanzania.
Kananura started a training center at the school where pupils are trained in various skills like baking, tailoring and knitting. On top of the 4 compulsory subjects in primary school, pupils are allowed to voluntarily sit for skills and vocational examinations. So far, 100 pupils have registered to sit for the exams set by the Directorate of Industrial Training.
When you visit our vocational center, you look at all these things, and the pupils enjoy it so much. The issue of skilling Uganda, I feel is very, very important. We have applied for accreditation so that this one becomes a center for vocational skills training. We are training job creators, not job seekers. So this is our major target.
With all these accomplishments, it is more than evident that Kananura Martin is exemplary, hardworking and professional. Owinyi Geoffrey Arims is the head teacher of Lemusui Primary School, found in a remote village of Lemusui in Nakapiripirit district. Every year, Arims spends his own money to pay boda bodas to carry candidates from Lemusui on the Kenya-Uganda border to Nakapiripirit town to enable them sit for their primary leaving examinations. Arims and his pupils brave the journey through the thicket and rough terrain on boda boda, the only available transport system in the area.
Right from here to the headquarters is 109 kilometers. Because we thought that if they keep on dropping, when will the school reach P7? We kept on transporting them up to Nakapiripirit. To some extent, they remain in my hand. Because one child to be transported to Nakapiripirit is 60,000, coming back 60,000. If there are 10 children, at that time parents had no idea of taking children there for what. But I just said, let it be an example. I first take them and they see how children will come. I have to enter always in the pocket and make sure they stay without any psychological torture and they come back when they're okay. So when the children came and they passed very well, they said, hey, but Malim, they've gone to secondary. They went there to go to another level. So like last year when I now try to tell them about contribution, at least they could do some little thing.
At the community level, Arims is at the forefront of fighting female genital mutilation, a practice that has hindered the education of the girl child. He has engaged other stakeholders in education, including the army and local leaders, to mobilize parents to send their children to school, an intervention that has resulted in increased enrollment in all the schools he has headed. This has been most notable in the Karamoja region, where the parents seem not to understand the importance of sending their children to school.
One bad element in this community that was making children not to come to school, that is FGM, whereby this school was up to P7, but the girls only reach P4. When they reach P4, they are married off to the older men who have very many animals. And this girl is just as old as somebody of 10 years, 11 years. Then at last we came to an agreement that whoever mutilates has to be arrested. There were 2 girls who were mutilated by their mothers. So when we came to know, the police arrested them and they were taken to prison. So that one marked the end of what? Of the mutilation. So they were the example to others. My SMC chairperson was the best surgeon. So she has stopped, she brought the girl to school, and that is the girl who got high second grade last year.
Chep 2 Chris Marie, a primary 6 pupil at Lemusui Primary School, is full of praises for her head teacher and the great job he has done to help the community fight female genital mutilation.
Mutad, mutad, mutad. Itiniga mutad. Mutad, mutad, mutad. Itiniga mutad.
Our teacher teach us how about to make the parts. And she look for us and we come to school. Now children, very many children, they come to school because our teacher, they have stopped FGM. Like for me now, I don't have the parent, but it is like my father at school. Even our uniforms, they help some children, very many children.
We have now 501 children in the school, and the girls are almost overlapping the number of the boys, and that makes me very happy.